What is up, folks? Welcome back to another live stream repair. I am still sick, so I apologize if I'm sniffling a little bit here and there. But in any case, we've got a bunch of pods that showed up today. Gonna see what we can't get done. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Alright, so what do we got here? We've got a few things. We're gonna start with a brick. Yeah, I love starting off with bricks. Let's confirm our issue here. Oh, no, didn't plug my power cable in here. There we go. There we go. So, this one is a brick, an anonymous brick, an anonymous first generation HomePod with software issues. Presumably, it might be a hardware issue that's preventing it from booting up, but we will find out here soon enough. Let's get their name up on the screen. And then let's get the rest of the queue up here. So after 3449, we're going to look at 3471, or Andrew, with no power, of course. Then we've got Robert, number 3479, with some bad DC filters. Then 3049, Jason with no power. And then lastly, an anonymous no power, 3503. So, a fair stack up here today. If we've got time, I've got a refurbished pod or two to put together for a few folks as well. So, let's dig into this. I am looking for my... here it is. So to do this guy, I'm jumping into it. We need to message 3449 and let them know they are up here. Let's see. And let's let Andrew know they're up next here. We may as well. And okay. 3449 would be this fella. And then we've got Andrew, 3471. That's gonna be over here. Stefan, yes, hello, welcome. Welcome. I won't be giving anybody speaker privileges today. We'll just be jamming out a little bit together. I don't think I quite have the brain power right now to deal with everyone else messing with me right today, at least. Kind of just want to keep it chill and easy today. Let me just make sure my cameras are all lined up here really quick too. Man, I am beat, let me tell you, and I haven't even done much today already, but my car's been acting up. I have to yank the transmission out and see why it's making a rat-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta every time I put it in third gear. It's not a... what can you do other than frickin' not freak the fuck, freak the frick out and just frickin' fix it, eh? Sorry, I gotta watch my mouth. I mean, most people don't mind, but people love to join in with family, kids, what have you. We gotta watch ourselves. Ah, beautiful. Let's replace that before it strips. Here we go, a nice big Your brain does the rat-tat every time you try to think. Is there a way to fix that? I am not certified to give you any medical advice. I would get that checked out. Well, let's check out this HomePod's software. See if it just needs a little terminal coercion. What's it got for us? Oof, waiting for NAND. Alright, so this one's gonna need a little more work. It's gonna need a logic board. If I'm not mistaken, in this box is a HomePod for myself. That is a space gray model that we can use for a good logic board. One thing about Goodwill, man, when they pack their stuff good, oh man, do they pack it good. Oh, it's a white one. Bullocks. Bullocks! Well, I guess we are... Guess we're reballing a NAND here. Screw it. Let's see, let's make sure 3449 said fix it. And they didn't say stop if it's more than a software issue. Nope, they said fix it if it needs a hardware problem. Alright. Here we go. Hopefully we get a smoking gun with the VGA on the NAND here. Let's get our logic board. I got fresh new paste too, so this is going to be an absolute treat. I was hoping I could get through all of today's HomePods so I would have time to crack the transmission off my Z today and figure out at least what's going on. I'm hoping I was just an idiot and I didn't, you know, one of the bolts for the clutch or the flywheel started backing out. Because aside from the noise that's coming from right in between where the engine and transmission mate together, it doesn't sound like there's any noise or problems with it actually in gear. So there is hope that it's going to be a simple fix of just separating the transmission from the engine and tightening the bolts back up. What's up with the new Sing? Yeah, I picked up another Sing. And it was supposed to be like a no power deal, like it wasn't lighting up or anything when I plugged it in and tried to reset it or anything. To my surprise, when I plugged it in with my USB-C cable to my laptop, the Sing firmware tool immediately detected it and restored the software. And I guess I was just being impatient, but after a few more minutes of waiting, it started right up in setup mode, and it's been working just fine. I've got it in here where we're currently listening to two Sing cells, one that I took apart and put back together all the way, and the other one that we just got that took apparently just a software restore. Kind of strange. But I'll take it. We'll see how long it works. Alright, we're gonna let that soak in. Let's get some action going here. I'm gonna put my old chips over there. And let's get ourselves a storage chip. Pulled off our logic board here. We saw the error during our software restore attempt saying that it was waiting for the NAND and then it failed. So that usually points to our NAND right here. So let's get that. Aww. It ripped a pad. That's really unfortunate because there's obviously 1, 2, 3 other pads that were corroded, but that's a no fix for that board. Ah! Screw it. Let's try another one. All right. Nice. We got one. Well, we can fix this one up and use this board for $34.49 here at least. That's really frustrating when you can't pull those. When you get to pulling it off and you find that it's already got a torn pad in there. If that wasn't your fault, it was probably already torn. But what can you do? We're trying to figure out how to program new ones, but the thing I think, well, that will always be the catch is you need the original one in a working condition in order to copy its number onto a new chip. Otherwise, none of this is going to work. Let's clean this up really quick. Oh man, did you I'm sure you heard about that wild acoustic weapon that they were using too. Actually, we're gonna do this. here. Let's get some flux on it. That's it for this tube. It's okay, I got a bunch more. Get some low mount leaded solder on the pads of our chip here to clean up all the old corroded lead stuff. Make it easier to wick it up. Do the same for our board here. Some low mount leaded solder.
Si no funciona, no me digas que funciona. Si no funciona, no me digas que funciona. Si no funciona, no me digas que funciona. Si no funciona, no me digas que funciona.
Okay, we don't want to overwork them. I think that's good enough.
No me digas que funciona.
time for the fun part. Load up our chip, load up our stencil, grab some paste. Let's see if I'm going to spread it that way. I want to scoop it up like this. There we go. These are just little plastic razor blades that you can get at any auto parts store or Harbor Freight, whatever. Beautiful. And then it's easy enough for us to just scrape our extra back off into there. We don't like to waste around here. We'll take that off. So we can take this off. And we'll clean that so it's ready for future Nick. Did the NAND restore work? What are you talking about? Not on this one, that's why we're reballing it, unfortunately. I haven't, if you're talking about the NAND reprogrammer, I haven't gotten any farther than what I've shared in the Discord server yet, unfortunately. Ran out of time messing with it. Very nice. Get a little more on there. A little bit of flux to seal the deal. Make sure they're all actually really on there. I saw DOS Dude doing the same thing when he reballs chips, so I guess my logic isn't unheard of. Alright, let's get a little bit of flux on the board. Let's get the chip on to the board. And then we'll see if we've got a working board for 3449 here. Alright. In she goes. And the NAND. is time to get that float back on there. Let's give this a quick break. I like how it's looking as far as how it's lined up. The only kick in the pants would be if this was for a white HomePod and I foolishly didn't write down the model, or or maybe I wiped it off. Oh, you got the same mat? No, I got this one. I only got this one like a week or so ago, I think. Just something to stop having to grab a little piece of our spare mat back there and put under the amp boards whenever we work on those. A sacrificial mat to keep the one underneath this nice, in other words. Alright, let's see if we've got ourselves a logic board here for $34.49. I am hoping here. If not, screw it. We'll find a logic board to get the rest of the maintenance on this going. We'll see if they're okay with a logic board from a white HomePod. Won't make any functional difference. I should have plenty more pods showing up here in the next few days. So if they are absolutely particular about having a Space Gray model logic board inside of their HomePod here, then we can make that happen if they can wait an extra few days. Assuming this one is not gonna fit the bill, but let's see, let's hope. And it's possible I might have to attempt a software restore on this one too here. Come on. I think it's gonna play games with us. Yeah. Yeah, these should normally boot up in under 60 seconds. Okay. Darn. let's see if it just needs a restore now. That's pretty common, even when it's a BGA issue, that it still needs a software restore. Okay, fingers crossed. The CPU is behaving normally. That's good, at least we didn't mess that up. Come on. Waiting for NAND. I give up on this one. We've tried to fix 2 different logic boards on it, and unfortunately we just, they suck, as in the HomePod parts, or we suck. So forget it. We will put in a logic board from a white HomePod and move on. And I swear... Alright, no lights, no power. That means that's a good logic board. We will have a coloring stream when I have the time for a coloring stream. And if you ask one more time... Well, then I'll just have a coloring stream to myself. No, we're 2 HomePods worth of repairs into this one HomePod already. We're taking this logic board and we're getting this one working and we're moving on because y'all want a color stream. So we can't spend, 2 hours on one person's HomePod here. But we can get a working logic board from something, at least, for the love of goodness. Get this poor thing taken apart the rest of the way so that we can get to the amplifier, prevent anything else from happening to it with a little bit of easier, simpler repairs. Then we'll get it back together and, fingers crossed, move on to another HomePod. You don't want that white HomePod, Marvin. The mesh is delaminating. I haven't had to take one off the table and rip it off like that in years. This one is just looking to make me upset. Alright, this, one of those maintenance items, is the foam subwoofer gasket. We'll get that replaced with a new solid rubber one so it's not a point of failure for them in the future. Who's that? Look at that. What is that? Oh, it's a S2000. The whole kit. Let's watch them take off. I know they're gonna do something funny pulling out on the main road. Oh, no, that was way too calm. That was way too tame for that kind of a car. I do believe everything is sort of just kind of aiming to irritate me today. I'm still sick, so I guess I'm just not in the greatest mood. Alright. On the list of things. We have got to get it some new filters over here to prevent death farts. Anything else? No, we've got a 36K data diode over here. These don't tend to fail and cause power issues. So, as far as amp repairs, or as far as amp maintenance here, it's just going to need some new filters. And we're not going anywhere at 377. We gotta crank that up. This board is a real heatsink. There's something wrong with my gun? That's not 475, come on. Yeah, I just had to give it a smack. It's time. Time to retire this poor heat gun. All right. Oh! Oops. Oh, I can't. Oh no. I can't undo that. Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry, Stefan. Ah, no. Here's the new subwoofer gasket. I might have accidentally put Stefan in timeout for 10 minutes. Hold on, let me go to the Discord and make sure he's not Oh, that's... I'm so sorry, Stefan. Does anybody else want to ask about coloring HomePods? He iMessaged me. He said he's mad now. I do apologize, Stefan. I didn't mean to do it for 10 minutes. I meant to do it for a lot shorter than that. This HomePod has dang near resisted every single step of the way. And then when we moved on, the replacement parts put up a fight. But we're almost 3 HomePods worth of time into this one here. Let's see if it can at least show that it's alive again, and then we'll see if they're okay with keeping a white HomePod's logic board, or if they want us to come back to it in the next day or so with a space gray logic board. No big deal either way. I just want to get this thing turning on and on the test bench. When Gasterpone is in a loop and then stops responding, what does that mean? I'm not sure. I think I answered in the Discord server that it could be. I mean, it's probably a logic board issue, but I'm not sure what component would be causing that. Probably the CPU itself. But it's also hard to say if that's is that the same? So it's doing the same on an open core MacBook and like a genuine 2015 iMac. Like it's on a legit Mac OS.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. For more info, check the Home app.
Alright, that's looking good. We got one logic board in there. That will allow us to reset it, set it up, test it out, see if it's all good to go. See if they want to keep that logic board or if they want to hang tight for an extra day or 2 or 3, and we'll get a space gray board swapped in there for them. No big deal. But in the meantime, let's finally move on. Goodness gracious. Let's get Andrew with no power here. After that, we've got Robert with some bad DC filters. Let's see. Dang, Unfortunately, I don't have a way to untime out. That's, okay. No lights, no power, a couple of watts from the wall here. Alright, we're gonna make a quick little jiffy out of this one. We should be in and out in about 20 minutes. If I can stop dilly-dallying here. All this one should need to come alive again is a new Schottky diode on the amplifier. While we're in it though, we're going to replace the DC filters that love to go bad and cause problems like what we're going to fix in Robert's HomePod up next. Oh, looks like, ooh. That screw's not coming out, which means we've got some broken plastic underneath there hiding from us. Yeah, it happens. But that's okay. We can fix that. I was gonna say just got a text from the prior repair that we just did here. And they said that they are all good for the white logic board. So, very nice. We'll keep that the way it is now. Let it test. Get that thing back to them. Stefan's back. There we go. Dang, that means it's already been another 10 minutes and we gotta pick it up here. Alright, where is my super glue? Here's gonna be another 5 minutes of time. Nope, screw that. I'm just gonna go grab it. Alright, I'm not messing. Alright, we'll let that dry, and then on its way back together, we're gonna hit it with the soldering iron and do just a little bit of plastic welding around the cracks to make sure that doesn't fall apart again. Subwoofer's looking good. Marvin, is it airing slightly differently every time? Is that what leads you to believe that? Two different pods. Two different pods do the same thing on a 2019 MacBook Pro. Yeah, it definitely smells a lot like something's up with their adapter then. Or the way that they're connecting to their HomePods. We are in it. Let's do a little bit of maintenance first. You've seen us mess with them here all the time. We're gonna hit these fart filters first. These love to go bad and cause the death farts. Totally roasting your bass speaker and other parts of the amp along the way. Alright. And now the star of the show, the shorted Schottky diode. A 46K flavor. Can't be surprised. Let's get a new one on there. The new one won't fail. because the old ones are only failing due to a quality control issue with the diodes themselves. Unlike those filters which are more of a maintenance item, they naturally decay over time and go bad, albeit it should take 10, 20 plus years to do that. This diode should never have failed in the first place, and it won't with a replacement. We can tell which ones are the bad ones just by looking at the date code on them. Alright, and this is why I like to use another piece of mat underneath the mat that I'm soldering on, because it's bubbled up quite a bit there. But it seems to, the mat itself seems to take the heat without a problem and just put itself back down. Is the cylinder inside metal or plastic? All of this, that's all plastic. Obviously, every bit of the subwoofer itself, that's all metal and magnets. But the HomePod shell, that's all plastic. All of the weight that you feel in the HomePod is in the subwoofer and the speakers down below. Alright. At this point, that is now more solid than any of the rest of them. The rest of them will break before that does. Excuse me. I mean, if you're thinking between a 14 Pro with twice as much storage or 15 Pro with half as much storage, is the storage important to you? Is the USB-C on the 15 Pro important to you? That's a big consideration. Is the potential... another thing, the 14 Pro doesn't have any of the Apple Intelligence features. You have to have the 15 Pro or newer for that as well. Not that you know. I mean that's as speaking for U.S. customers. I don't know how that's working out for other places in the world.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
All right, beautiful. So we'll get this one reset, updated, tested, packed, shipped out, all that. Thanks for joining, Andrew. But feel free to hang out with us. Unless you're getting too busy there. Got a bunch more to fix. We've got Robert here to knock out. Robert with some bad DC filters. After that, it looks like we've got Jason. We'll let them know they're next. Alright, let's see. Yep, that's right. It should turn on without a problem here. Ooh! I'll turn the music down so you guys can hear this pop when I unplug it. Oof. Alright. Music back up. Let's crank through these last few pods here. Oh yeah, the action button's another thing too. That would be a pretty neat thing to have. I have the 14 Pro Max, and it seems to be maybe starting to show its age a little bit with the newer software versions. I imagine the 15 Pro, of course, is faring better. But I mean, you just get so many more hardware features with the 15 Pro Max that it's, in my opinion, there's really no question if you're asking, do I get the 14 or the 15? It's almost a silly question if you ask me. Unless the storage was the more important factor to you, especially. I still have the 18, what was it? 18.2 beta 3. The last iOS beta that still had the mobile gestalt bug that would let you enable the new Apple Intelligence in the fancy voice assistant UI on older unsupported iPhones, and I got that. It still works on my 14 Pro Max. I use Nugget. I did it to my iPad Pro 12.9 also. the gen right before they did the end chips. Alright, hopefully the DC filters haven't been too bad for too long here and it didn't roast the subwoofer or cause any other damage on the amp. It's kind of common though. We'll see if the subwoofer stinks or not in just a second. Oh, who in the chat the other day was saying Apple Cash is only a US thing? I had someone from Romania pay me an Apple Cash the other day. I don't know about that, man. Let me get a good look and a real good sniff at it. I think it's all right still. I don't see anything. Oh, yes I do. And tell you what, if I'm wrong about this, I won't charge him the extra for this repair. But if I'm right about this, I'm pretty sure this is going to be the $80 instead of the $70 repair or whatever. Let me double check. Did they do our shipping? They did our shipping and they got a box. So that's $95 for the worst that it could get plus the box and our shipping. But in any case, if I'm wrong about this, I'll give them $10 off the repair basically. If I'm right about this, they're gonna pay what they expected to pay. This is why. Total carnage. But I do believe my nose does not deceive me. And almost there. Yep. Ah, that is exactly what I thought. So here's our voice coil, and you can see this is what we were able to see through the inspection port, but I smelled something in there, and of course a little deeper down than what we'd be able to see, you've got it is darker. Let me see if I can get my focus canceled. There we go. So that voice coil was unfortunately but certainly roasting, and well, we'll go ahead and get them a different subwoofer. But we don't want to just pop in another subwoofer, of course. We need to rectify the reason that woofer started to have a meltdown. That's those filters on the amp. So, yeah, spot on, Andrew. Smells like burned out subwoofer. If you've ever dealt with any car audio, if you've ever, or any kind of speakers that have burned out, it's that very specific enamel coated copper rubber burned electronics kind of almost smell. It's awful. It's rather incredible how well it keeps the smell sealed inside too. Like, you could stick your nose right next to this and you wouldn't have smelled it unless you cracked it open. Are we able to fix the subs? I mean, technically, yeah. No reason you couldn't. But it's a bit outside of the time that we've got to mess around with, and frankly, we've got enough good ones sitting around that until we need to, we're not going to bother yet. But there's there's shops out there that refurbish speakers for you. Frankly, I'd rather do that and have someone that knows what they're doing and has experience doing it. Knock it out, then spend another 6 to 12 months mastering another skill. At least with the kind of time that we've got now. Maybe if we get less busy, that'll change. We'll figure it out. Live sound tech for a while. Ooh. Oh yeah. And I mean, you don't want to just you can't just recoil it. Like you saw, it's all glued together, so you have to basically destroy it to get it apart, and then you can rewind a new voice coil, re-surround it, re-web it, what have you. I'm familiar with the basic process of rebuilding a speaker, but it would take time to do research and find parts and figure out the process. And that'll be something we can figure out one day if we need to. do we need anything else on here? Oh, we need the works. We need a 48K diode replaced. That'll fail and cause no power. Our 10 ohm resistor is looking really rough. Oh boy. But that should be it. So let's get all that replaced, and then we can get this thing back together. Actually, I'm gonna see if I can't just get a bunch of low melt on here. Hey, look at that. Fancy. Alright, we can't keep the low melt on there. It might get too hot and melt right back off, so let's get some fresh stuff on there. And a new 10 ohm resistor. Is this a YouTube video? I'm busy, but I'm also chronically on YouTube, so I'll have to check that out. Alright, we have replaced dang near about as much as you can replace in these things before I gotta start asking for more money. Let's get it back together. What the heck? It never got recommended to me. It did get recommended to me. Yes, no, I remember seeing it. It's in my watch list. It did show up in my recommended. I remember seeing it now. Oh, Stefan, you're not calling Apple. When you're calling Apple Cash support, you're calling Green Dot Bank. And they're basically going to tell you you're effed. My Apple Cash finally started working again. Huzzah. I started feeling almost weird without my Apple Cash working for like a month. They just restricted it permanently, and I had to call them, and they said it's permanently restricted and there's nothing you can do about it, and it's a final decision. So I opened a complaint with the Consumer Finance Protection Bureau. They forwarded the complaint to the FDIC, I believe. And then I got a call about a month later from Green Dot saying, hey, just wanted to let you know your Apple Cash is unrestricted, and have a good day, sir. Excellent. Oh, but I love my Apple Cash because it makes it really easy to pay my credit card or my Apple Card. If you use your bank account to pay for your Apple Card, then it takes 1 to 5 days for the funds to come out of your bank account. Whereas you can add the money, you can add as much money as you want to your Apple Cash balance. That's an instant transfer. And then you can use your Apple Cash balance to pay off your Apple Card, which is another instant transfer. Bada bing, bada boom. You're in business. Credit card payment instantly applied. Instantly debited. No worrying about the money being in your bank account when it actually comes out. Replacement subwoofer here. Smells significantly better than theirs. I'm not gonna I'm not going to rip it apart to show you guys, though. Do I have the titanium Apple Card thing? Yeah, I do. I had awful credit when I applied, and it gave me, gosh, this was shortly after the Apple Card launch, but I almost immediately applied for one, and they were like, your credit's too bad. But you can sign up for our credit program, and if you do everything that we say for the next 6 to 12 months, we'll approve you for a card. And it was basically just make all of your payments on any of your other existing accounts on time. They literally just wanted to see that I had continued payment history, not making any late payments on anything else that I already had. Easy peasy. They gave me the Apple Card, and it's a nice titanium one. Well, there's no numbers on it. It's just got my name. You stay out of credit card debt by keeping your utilization across any and all of your cards below, or at between 15 to 30%. You want to keep them around there. Absolutely do not go above 70 to 75%. And I pretty much pay them as soon as I use them. Because I really need the credit around in case of an emergency or anything. I've got a little bit of savings and of course, but and I've got enough stuff that I could sell if I needed a little bit of emergency funds. But in this day and age, it's like, you kind of have to have credit if you want to do a lot of things. Like buy a house, unless you can show up with a large wad of cash. But you're not gonna buy a house around here in cash, unless you're lucky. Alright, I think this one is good. To go. Yeah, Stefan, as far as I know, foreigners can purchase and own land in America. If you've got the cash for it, especially. Alright. There we go. Jason! Jason! That sounds much better. Alright, we got 2 more to cruise through here. We got Jason with no power, and then 3503 with no power. Let's see what it's got for us. No lights, no power. Couple of watts from the wall. That all looks like the usual dead diodes, so here we go. I'm showing that because that is an opinion that I can agree with. I wish, like, I see how much other people enjoy them, that I wish that I could enjoy them all the same. But I just can't see it. I don't get it. I can't taste it. No thanks for Takis, I'll pass. Alright, a little bit of maintenance first. We'll knock out our DC filters that love to cause death farts and all sorts of issues like what we saw on Robert's HomePod just a repair ago. Alright, maintenance done. There's our 48K data diode. That's what's failed and caused our power issue. We'll get that replaced with a new one that won't fail again. All right. We are losing time here. Gotta try to get this one back together. Get this other one fixed. I know I've been hunching over for too long when my neck starts to tingle. I think we can make it through this last one here. Oh, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day. Ooh, this is my favorite. We're gonna turn it up. And
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
very nice, very
For more
nice.
info, I'm having trouble.
Very good. We got one more here. I'm getting hungry. Ooh, Power of the Dollar. I'll have to check that out. I don't believe. I mean, I'm not like an old school hip hop like snob or aficionado, so I probably haven't just listened to it by chance. Oh, let's get their name up on the screen here too. Here we go. 3503 with no power. Woo. Did we check it? Did we? Yeah, it's time to go here. Oh, see, that's interesting. Why is that turning on? Let's make sure we've got the right one here. Yeah, no power. Interesting. They definitely picked no power.
I'm having trouble connecting to the...
How does this end up happening every time? How does this happen every time? The last HomePod of the repair stream, we think we're smooth sailing, we're about to get out of here, but then this. I'm looking at their repair request. It definitely first generation, no power. I wonder if it's one of those where like
I'm having trouble...
no, it's still on. It's not a 240 volt thing. I don't think it would be, especially based on their address and the email address that they in their website and their phone number and everything. Yeah, no, this is almost certainly a US used HomePod. This is interesting.
I'm having trouble...
It's still on. They did say go ahead with hardware maintenance, whether it's a software issue or not. So it's gonna need to get taken apart for one reason or another. Let's double check its original full size. I've got another one, but we'll send that one once I get the packaging back from this one. I wonder if they sent the wrong one to us. Okay. Well, it sounds like in either case they were going to be sending us two HomePods, one for actual repairs and one for preventative maintenance. So in either case, it's going to get opened up and get its hardware worked on. Let's go ahead and see if there's any reason inside why it wouldn't have turned on for them and started turning on for us. But otherwise, I would assume that they just simply sent us maybe the wrong HomePod. Or maybe... no, this is definitely... Oh, my camera died. Lame. Let me get my fan put up on it. Ah, there we go. There we go. Let's see how long that lasts us. Yep, the everything is telling us it's time to go. So let's get this wrapped up here. You guys will get a tour when I can walk from one side of the room to the other without having to step over stuff. I'm gonna turn the brightness on this down. Hopefully that'll let the camera cool down a little bit. No, I don't see a single rhyme or reason why this would have ever had any power issues, at least on the power supply. No blown cap. No corrosion. Why wouldn't you just keep the space gray logic board and use, like, cause that would be, I don't, it's only $14 for me to ship to you. I don't know how much it is for you to ship stuff back to me though. Alright, a little bit of maintenance first. We're going to give it some new fart filters. Alright. And we have a 42K data diode, so, and the step down looks okay. Yeah, there's really no reason that I could see why this one wouldn't have ever worked. We'll put it through its paces and then we'll see if, I mean, it'd be easy enough for them to see if I imagine they maybe only got 2 HomePods, so if they sent us the wrong one, then the one that they've still got must still be broken, and they sent us a good one. But we'll get that cleared up and see what the heck's going on. Oh! Number 3503 has joined us in the chat here. Excuse me. Yeah, it's very interesting. I can't see any issues. It all looks to be working. We went ahead and knocked out the preventative maintenance so that it wouldn't come back to us for any issues, but it powered right up for us as soon as we got it. So it's interesting, you have 2 that won't power up. Do you still have 2 around you that won't power up, or are you pretty certain you sent us the right one? I wonder if it was just hung up on like a bad software state and it snapped out of it when we got it. Did you try, I mean, it's a silly question, I know, but did you try unplugging it and waiting a minute or so and then plugging it back in? And who knows? Maybe it probably is the right one. Maybe it was just hung up on a weird state, software-wise, and it's okay now. We'll find out through testing overnight. If there is an issue, it shouldn't last for long on the test bench. Several. Okay, so you went online. You did your diligence already. I'm not surprised. Oh, and as part of the maintenance, here's a new solid rubber subwoofer gasket to replace that old foam stuff that loves to fall apart over time. Oh, and let's also check really quick. I don't see any signs of physical damage. On any of our boards here. So, I don't have your box here with me, but did you send it in with a power cord? I didn't get any HomePods in today with... I'm assuming you have just a normal 120 volt AC power cord and you use it on normal US 110 volt power. Nothing weird there. You're not using like a 240 volt power cable for your HomePod, adapting it to 110. Those have fuses built into them that can pop. $40 to send the whole HomePod from Serbia to me. It's not as much as I was expecting. Oh, that's right. I remember unboxing yours. I remember that one now. Yep, and you shipped it with the power cord, and that was just a normal power cord. You got both pods to work with iDevice Restore. What changed? What's different now? What did you guys do? Sounds like it was definitely an environment issue, huh? Did you guys need command line tools installed after all? Different dock. Darn docks. None of them are oh, that's unfortunate. Alright. We'll get this reset, updated, put it through its paces, see if we can't get it to replicate any issues before we decide to send it back to them. Maybe we'll get one of those other ones that they have an issue with here and it'll actually...
Your HomePod is about to reset. Keep pressing until you hear 3 beeps.
Give us something a little more concrete to find and fix here. But in any case, it seems to be all working great so far. So, folks, that is it. That's all I've got the time for here and now. We wrapped up just in time. But I hope you all enjoyed this live stream repair. And as always, we've got more to fix and stuff to color. So there's no shortage of things that we got to do here. But I hope you all enjoyed. And I hope to catch you in the next